Welcome to Collingwood Countdown, brought to you by Latrobe Financial. I'm your host, Lachie Wills, and you're watching Collingwood Media's pre-game show leading into today's contest against North Melbourne here at the Magpie Cricket Ground. Now, the last time we played the Roos was round 5 last year. We cruised to a 35-point win. Steele's side bottom was magnificent in the middle. He had 24 touches alongside the ever-brilliant Scotty Pendlebury and Dane Swan. Trav Cloak up forward, he had 8 shots on goal, kicked 4 goals for. So no doubt the North defenders will be quaking in their boots that the big fella will get off the leash and cause some real damage today. All right, let's have a look at the ladder now. And the Pies are in 5th spot, 5 wins from 8 games and a very nice percentage there after last week's shellacking of the Gold Coast. Meanwhile, North Melbourne, well, they're 12th spot after they got done by 73 points by the Dockers over in the Wild West last week. Now it is time for the all-important and fan favourite weather report. And for this game, we've got the wee man, Jared Blair, who might have a thing or two to say in response to Tommy Langdon, who gave poor old Blairy a big cook last week. Let's have a listen to Jared Blair.
G'day Magpie fans, Blairy here with your weather report for today's game at the MCG. It's looking like a typical Melbourne winter's day. There's some black clouds about with white sky poking through and an ominous sign for the Kangaroos. We're aiming for a top temperature of about 13 degrees, with the mercury dropping to a cool 9 degrees a little later on. And there's an 80% chance of showers, which is about as much chance of Tom Langdon using his dad's credit card to shout his mates at Arcadia later on tonight. Anyway, back to the weather. The winds today will be northwesterly, around 25 kilometres an hour, and will shift more westerly to around 35 kilometres an hour in the evening. So enjoy the game and remember to cheer nice and loud. Go Pies.
Not bad. Thank you very much, Blairy. And yes, indeed, Tommy Langdon, very rich. Our weatherman's got a fair bit to live up to next week. Great stuff. All right. Anyway, now it's time for my favourite part of the show. That's right. Get your funk on with Funky Stats.
Trying to get it out, which he does, towards Manasseh. Manasseh to drive, Collingwood deep in attack, goes for a run. Almost towards the half-forward line. He is now. He's run 50 metres. Goes to the handball, no pains the handball. He won't give in Manasseh. He's going to shoot for goal. And he's put it through. He's put it through. By golly, what an individual effort. That's going to be the goal of the century.
Manasseh! Oh, how good is that? Phil Manasseh, what a legend of the Collingwood Footy Club. Writ himself into folklore with that goal. All right, now each week we love having a look at what's happening on a social media front, and we've got some freakish trick shots for you here from our very own Scott Pendlebury and his rookie teammate, Brendan Abbott.
Hi, I'm Scott Pendlebury. This is the Gatorade Really Bin Challenge. Get in.
Bloody freaks, those blokes. How can you have that much talent inside of two human beings? Putting the rest of us to shame. Now, in keeping with a new tradition for season 2015, we've got none other than Pete Hallier to help raise the banner before the boys run out. And we've put together a nice tight package featuring some of the classic moments of Pete Hallier's alter ego, Brian Strawny Strawn.
Strawn Newman, it's got to be.
Got to go over the top. Look at the goal. I'll tell you what.
Might make the distance.
Strawny shouldn't be drafted on this.
Here he goes. Bristle set shot. Looks okay.
Maybe he should.
It's there.
What a goal.
The big V are marching back into it.
Well, I doubted Strawny then, Bill, but so did I. He kicked the goal, and that's all you can do.
End of the game. Strawny's walking, which is a good sign. And didn't get best on ground, probably should have, but I'm not going to lodge a complaint. The surface was dodgy, substandard, but Strawny still found a way to play on it, you know, which is amazing. One big slice, big, fat, thick slice of Strawn Lover was served up tonight, and there are lots of ingredients, and everybody wants a recipe. Strawny, see you next year.
Strawn Lover. There you go, ladies, grab a spoon. Of course, it's Indigenous round, and to celebrate, we've put together our top 5 moments from Collingwood's fantastic Indigenous players from over the years. Have a look at this.
Cracker came out the ball. Look at that. Some foot candy like no other. Cracker, miracle goal.
Take the mark. Then on the right foot, gets it deep into the goals. Rolling, rolling, rolling. All the way through. Well, that's a dead-eye-dick.
Lockyer created some separation, trying to bounce it around the corner. Oh, Leon Davis.
So Davis fetching it, doing brilliantly, Davis. This will be a goal. This will be a goal.
No.
It is a goal.
Of the season.
That is amazing. You know, Medhurst said about him also that in the time that he's been at Collingwood, he hasn't seen a better player.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable jack in the box.
Ah, man, I miss Neon Leon. I bet the commentators like BT do as well. There are a few better sights in AFL footy than the Igniter in full flight. Another one of our fantastic partners who work with us here at Collingwood is the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation, who are running their Bet Regret activation outside the G today. And you can win some awesome prizes, so get out there and check it out. You might have already seen their latest TV campaign featuring our skipper himself, Scotty Pendlebury.
We were in Adelaide against our massive rivals, and I got my second yellow card and got sent off. You know, immediately you just feel I've let my team down.
We played Geelong last year. It was a Saturday night at the G, and I had the chance to kick or pass it. I went for a kick, which was the wrong decision and cost us the game.
We all feel regret from time to time. The key is to recognise it and use it positively, just like Bet Regret.
Try to gamble less than once a week.
And set money and time limits and stick to them.
Bet Regret. Don't let it lead to something bigger. Authorised by the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation, Melbourne.
No, great stuff. Well, thanks for watching Collingwood Countdown. And as we head to the main event, remember that after the game, today is your chance to get out there on the sacred turf and have a kick on the G, so make sure you go out there and kick some goals for me. That's it from the studio. Get fired up. It's game time. Go Pies!
You know, I thought, 10 years down the road, would I, be regretting the fact that I didn't go to Australia and just stayed in Houston. At the end of the day, it came down to, I don't want to be sitting behind a desk for the rest of my life thinking, what if?
He's sacrificed a fair bit to come across. I was encouraged by that at the time and continue to be, because that's the thing that's driving him now.
I've given up everything I've worked for in my life to come out to a place I've never heard of. It's a huge risk coming out here, and it's not something I've taken lightly. I'm pretty much playing for my life out there, so this is business time and time to go out there and do your best.